Welcome to the playthrough tutorial video for Yokocho. To play this game, you'll need a deck of regular playing cards. The deck should be the 52 regular cards that go from A through K and 2 jokers. If you don't have the jokers, you don't need them, but the game will be a little harder and less interesting without them. Split the deck into these 4 piles. At the top are the 4 kings, which we call the spirits. Next are the jacks and queens, which are the bars. Then come the 5s and 6s, which are the patrons. The remaining 34 cards are the drinks. Plus you'll need about 35 cubes or other similar items as markers. What I'll do is arrange our alley of bars. In the manual, I say to try to space these about 2 card widths apart. That might be a bit excessive. We'll try to use less space than that here. All right, I've got my bars arranged. Now I'm going to deal out the patrons, 1 to each bar, and we make sure that the cards are attached to each other. Each patron starts the game attached to the bar it starts at. Usually, a patron has to walk to another bar before taking a drink, but if it's attached to a bar at the start of a turn, it can simply detach from that bar and drink at that bar. So the attachment provides that exception to the rule of having to walk to another bar before drinking. And all patrons start the game attached. Now we've got the game arranged and it's time to start playing. We first have to decide who's our first patron that's going to drink and where they're going to drink. And I already see a good candidate here. This patron, the 6 of diamonds, is at that jack of diamonds bar, so they'll get a +1 bar affinity bonus for that. So let me detach them from that bar, just to show that they are now taking their first drink of the game. But they also have to invite a patron to join them. So they'll just invite the patron at the neighboring bar, the 5 of spades. And one of the objectives of the game is to make sure that we hit all 8 bars sometime during the game. So normally you would use a cube and put it on the bar to mark that it's been visited by patrons, but in this video we're going to do things a little bit differently. I have 8 shots and I'm going to drink a shot every time I visit a new bar. Each shot contains a 50-50 mix of Raspberry Joe tea and Hibiki Suntory whiskey. So I'm going to drink the shot and then use the empty shot glass to mark that we have been to the bar. But before I drink, I would invite you to drink with me. Pause the video, find your favorite drink in your home, then come back, unpause, and drink with me. It doesn't have to be alcoholic. It definitely should not be alcoholic if you are underage, pregnant, if you have a health or dependency issue that would make it a very bad idea to drink, or if you are about to drive, operate heavy machinery, or fly experimental military aircraft, like I was about to do before I decided to make this video. So, do you ever drink now? All right. Kanpai. All right. Now that we've marked our first bar, let's draw drink cards for the patrons. First, the 5 of spades. Oh, they get a 10. Very nice. The 10 is reduced by 1 because they had to walk over 1 bar to get there. So this 10 goes down to 9. This patron is therefore satisfied because 9 is greater than or equal to 5. So let us see what the 6 of diamonds drinks. 4 of spades. Now the 4 goes up to a 5 because the 6 of diamonds and the jack of diamonds have the same suit. Unfortunately, that's not high enough. The drink card has to be at least the value of the patron card in order for the patron to be satisfied. So 4 went up to 5, but that's still less than 6. So 6 is not satisfied. And we have to mark the passage of time. We draw the first king card and put it over the leftmost bar. Then we discard our drinks. All right, next turn. What are some good candidates here? We've got the 6 of spades at the queen of spades bar. So let's go for them. Detach there. And let's have them invite the 6 of clubs over. We have to mark the bar as having been visited. So time for drink number 2. Let's have each drink from now on be a toast. So let's make a toast to the solitaire print and play contest, which this game is competing in. I like to get involved in the contest every year, at least as a play tester and judge. Very rarely do I compete, but I am competing this year, and it's always awesome seeing how creative all the competitors are, all the great and encouraging feedback we give each other. And Ben Maraita has done a great job of running this contest for years. So cheers to the contest. Now, let's draw the drinks. The 6 of spades, they get an ace. The ace is just a value of 1. So not only are they not satisfied, they are upset. A patron gets upset if their drink value is 1 or less. So they storm out and get some fresh air. Let's hope the 6 of clubs had a better time. They get a 7 of spades. They had to walk 1 bar over, so the 7 goes down to a 6, but that's still enough for them to be satisfied. So they get a cube. And we will mark the passage of time. Discard drinks. All right. Next turn. Who should drink next? Well, I always try to get the end bars taken care of as early as possible. So let's visit the Queen of Clubs bar. We'll detach the 5 of hearts and let them drink there for their first drink. And let's have them invite over the 5 of diamonds. All right. So, time for my next shot. This time, I'll toast the One Player Guild. What an awesome community we have. And let's hear it for our Guildmaster Albert for bringing us together. One Player Guild, the best community in the world. Down the hatch. All right. Let's see what drinks the patrons get. Starting with the 5 of hearts. They got an 8 of spades. More than enough to satisfy them. So they get a cube. And how about the 5 of diamonds? Great. They get a 10. The 10 goes down to 9 because they had to walk 1 bar over, but still more than enough to satisfy them. They get a cube too. And because both patrons were satisfied, they enjoy the conviviality bonus. So each gets a bonus cube. And because of the conviviality bonus, time stands still, so we don't have to move the spirits. We just discard the drinks and can start the next turn. Let's see. How about we have the 6 of hearts here at the Jack of Spades take their first drink, and they will invite the 6 of spades over to join them. The 6 of spades is finally getting back into the bars. And time for our next drink. Who should we toast next? Let's toast the solitaire games on your table geek list, especially for the month of July, because for that month, Monica chose the theme of playing games whose first letter is a letter in our name. So we had the goal of filling out all the letters of our names, and it was great seeing everybody do that. And because of the Y in my name, I was inspired to create this game, Yokocho, because there aren't that many games that start with the letter Y. So Monica, this is for you. Salud. Pardon me. Whew. Feeling the burn. All right. I thought I was doing pretty well for a while. So let's have them draw their drinks, starting with the 6 of hearts. Whoa, the 6 of hearts got a joker. So I've got the rules loaded on my phone, and I'm going to look up the joker effects. When you get a joker card, you can use either the joker effect for the patron or for the bar that they're at. So let me see what the joker effect is for the 6 of hearts. For the 6 of hearts, give each patron in the bar a cube, including any patrons who are in the bar but not drinking this turn. Okay, that's pretty good. Now, what about the joker effect for the Jack of Spades? If a spirit is here, place it face down on the spirit deck. Well, there's no spirit there. So, obviously, the one we're going to go for is the Six of Hearts effect of giving each patron in the bar a cube. But note that this doesn't count as a conviviality bonus. And then we get to draw a drink card. So let me discard this Joker because we're done with that. Let me get those bonus cubes out of the way. And now we draw their drink cards. Wow, a 10. And when a patron gets a drink score of 10, they are not just satisfied, they are extra satisfied. So they get 2 cubes instead of 1. 1, 2. Let's see if the 6 of spades is lucky too. Oh no, darn. They drew a 2 that actually goes down to 1 because they, oh no, actually they didn't walk from a bar, they walked here from open air. All right, so this remains a 2. They don't get the walking penalty. All right. So we didn't get a conviviality bonus. So we have to mark the passage of time. Move the spirits over 1 card. Draw another spirit. And these spirits, they each have the goal of visiting both of the bars that have the same suit as them. So once we get to the point where all of these spirits are presently at their second bars and therefore don't move any further, then the bars close and the game is over. Unless we are lucky enough to get a conviviality bonus that gives us another turn. All right, so the next turn, I want to make sure we get all the bars visited. But I also have to think ahead and for our perfect night out winning condition. The 5 and 6 are looking very good for that. Let's see. Let's have the 5 of Hearts move to the Queen of Hearts bar so we can hit that bar. And they will invite... yeah, they'll invite the 6 of clubs to join them. Hitting a new bar, time for another shot. And this time, I want to toast those who've already played this game and given feedback. When I was about to create an SGOYT post of my having played this game, but then I saw Layla had already played the game and posted to it. So Layla, you have no idea how happy your post made me. We also saw feedback from Cthulhu Kid, Josh, who made amazing drawings of the cards, enjoying their night out, King of Anything, and Kozilla, my fellow competitor, reviewed the rules, gave me good feedback, and even set up a prototype of the Tabletop Simulator mod, which is awesome. So to all of you, Slanjava. All right, let's see what they drink. Five of Hearts gets a 3, which actually goes down to a 2 because they walked 1 bar over, so no cube for them. The 6 of Clubs, also a 3 that goes down to a 2 because they walked 1 bar over. So that was a waste of a turn. Not a good turn at all. All right, we mark the passage of time. All right. what next? We have to make sure we hit all the bars. We want to give each patron at least 2 cubes. Let's see. How about we hit this bar and we have let's have both the 5 and 6 just mosey on over to that bar. They both get a -1 walking penalty, but hopefully that'll be okay. Time for another shot. Okay, who are we toasting now? Let's toast the wonderful country of Japan. Lovely culture, lovely people, and the whiskey is not so bad. Prost! All right, now let's draw drinks for the patrons. 5 of spades. Oh, they got the 8. 8 goes down to 7 for the walking penalty. That's still more than enough. For satisfaction, they get a cube. Now, the 6 of diamonds. Wow, this makes up for the last turn. They get an 8 as well. It goes down to 7, and actually, it goes down to 7 for them having to walk 1 bar over, but it goes back up to 8 because of drink affinity. The patron and the drink are of the same suit. So they get a cube, and because both were satisfied, we get the conviviality bonus. They get an extra cube, and we don't have to move the spirits. Time stands still. Good turn there. All right. So let's see, which patrons don't have 2 cubes? We've got the 6 of clubs, the 5 of clubs, which hasn't even had a drink yet this whole game, and the 6 of spades. So what would be a smart move? Let's have the 5 of clubs take their first drink at the Queen of Diamonds bar to which they were attached, and they will invite over the 6 of spades. All right. I've been holding my alcohol pretty good, I think. Another shot. Who are we toasting now? Let us toast the first solitaire board gamer in history. Who was that person? Was it the first person who played both sides of a chess game? Was it the first caveman in prehistoric times who threw a rock at a tree and called it a game? We may never know who the first solitaire board gamer was. But if it was that caveman who threw a rock at a tree, it's because of that person that we can now enjoy Mage Knight, Spirit Island, and now Yokocho. Here's to you, caveman. Let's go. All right. Now, let's see what the patrons got. 5 of clubs draws a 10. All right. And it is a natural 10. There are no modifiers. So, because they got a 10, they are extra satisfied. So they get 2 cubes. Now, what about the 6 of spades? I believe they had to walk 1 bar over, so they get a -1 penalty. Oh, they draw 9. 9 goes down to 8 because of that -1 penalty, but they are satisfied. And because both got satisfied, they each get another cube, and the conviviality bonus applies. Oh, we have been lucky. All right, time stands still, so we don't move the spirits. All right, so we are close to fulfilling 2 of the 3 winning conditions. One of those is having all the patrons get at least 2 cubes. The only patron that's missing both is the 6 of clubs and hitting all the bars. The only bar we haven't hit is this Jack of Hearts. So let's see. I guess, but we also want to think about which couple is going to have the perfect night out. We've got some candidates here. We've got, no, maybe not. Maybe not the clubs. The hearts for sure. Oh, the spades even better. I think the spades are the best candidate for having the perfect night out because they each have 3 cubes already. But let's worry about the other objectives first. Should I have the 6 of clubs walk 2 bars over to the Jack of Hearts? That seems... Well, we have to hit that bar, so let's do that. So we'll have the 6 of clubs walk over the Jack of Hearts. And because I've decided we're going to have the spades do the perfect night out winning condition, let us get the 6 of spades over to the Jack of Hearts bar. So the 6 of clubs will get a -2 penalty for walking. The 6 of spades will get a -1 penalty for walking. All right. This is the last shot I have to drink. Who are we toasting now? Let us just toast. Toast. Delicious toast. Amazing with butter and maybe Vegemite. Perfect cure for any hangover. Oh my goodness. All right. All right. We hit all the bars. Let's see what the patrons got. 6 of clubs draws 2. And because they walked 2 bars to get here, they get a -2 penalty, so this is actually a 0. So they are upset. They step outside for some fresh air. What about the 6 of spades? They got a 4, which goes down to 3 because of the penalty for walking 1 bar over. So, oh, and it actually goes down to 2 because they were ditched. Because the 6 of clubs ditched them by going out to open air, 6 of spades get a -1 penalty for that. All right. So this 4 goes all the way down to a 2. So not satisfied. But at least we hit that bar. Oh goodness. Okay. So I want to make sure this guy... Oh, we have to pass time here. All right. Move that one over. Move the king over. And the king of hearts has reached the 2nd hearts bar. So they're not going to move any further for the rest of the game. Move this guy over, and then this guy. All right. All right. I'm confident we can win this. Let's see. So, right now, our priority is to get the 6 of clubs to get a 2nd cube. But we also want to keep working on getting both of these guys full of cubes so that they have the perfect night out. So, Yeah, let us. Let just let us move the six of clubs, six of spades over closer to the five of spades, so that it'll be easier to have them for them to enjoy the perfect night out. So they'll move one bar over. So they will politely ask the five of clubs that's already there to make room. They go over to the Queen of Diamonds bar, and then they invite the six of clubs to join them. So the six of spades will have a -1 penalty. The six of clubs won't have any penalty because they're walking here from open air and not from another bar. And the five of clubs will not be drinking with them. Okay. Let's draw for six of spades. Oh, they got the ace. And because they got, I think they got a whacking penalty. The alcohol is really getting to me now. So, I mean, whether they got a penalty or not, I'm pretty sure that they did, but it's one or less their drink score. So they actually go out to the open air because they are dissatisfied. Now, what about the six of clubs? All right. Come on, we've worked so hard to get you a drink. All right, yes. Yes, okay, they get a 7. All right, finally, they get their second cube. All right. All right. Okay, so we discard. Let's pass time here. Move the spirits over. That King of Hearts stays there because it's at its second bar already. So the King of Clubs skips over them. King of Spades moves over 1. Okay. Okay. All right. This alcohol's getting to me now. Okay. So we got 2 patrons in open air. I wonder how many mistakes I've made so far. Let's see. Who were we going to prioritize? All right. Okay. I'm finding it very hard to go on. Okay. So, okay. Which couple would be the best for the perfect night out? Not the diamonds, because they only got 2 cubes each. The hearts, well, one's got 2, one's got 3. The clubs, one's got 2, one's got 3. The spades, they've each got 3. So they would be the best candidate to have the perfect night out. All right. We've got the other 2 victory conditions fulfilled, so we can just focus on that. And here, let me show you what I'll do. Okay, so the 5 of clubs is going to move over to the the 5 of spades is moving over to the jack of spades bar. They've politely asked the 6 of clubs to move back and give them some space, and they're going to invite the 6 of spades over to join them. So they both enjoy bar affinity. They each get a +1 bonus for being at the jack of spades bar, but the 5 of spades will get a -1 penalty for having walked 1 over. Let's move this patron back a little out of the way here. Okay, 5 of spades gets a 7. Excellent. All right. I can't remember. Is the 5 of spades the one that had to walk over 1 bar? I'm not sure. It doesn't make a difference because if they were the 7, would just go down to 6. That's still greater than or equal to 5, and a 5 gets the cube. Now what about a six of clubs? I mean spades. Oh gosh, a joker. Oh, I don't have to look up the joker effects, but I'm gonna try to. All right, looking up the joker effects. Okay, where are we here? Where is it? Okay, so the joker effect for the six of spades would be draw another drink card, apply a +1 modifier, along with other modifiers if any, and reshuffle the joker back into the drink deck. That's not bad. What about the jack of spades effect? If a spirit is here, place it face down on the spirit deck. Draw another drink card. Oh, that's a great one. That gives us more time to win the game. We'll go with that. So, we have the king of diamonds here. We're gonna put it back face down on the spirit deck. It'll be virtually impossible to lose this game now, so discard the joker, draw another drink for the six of spades. Ha ha! They get a 7. I think the six of spades came here from empty air, so they don't get a penalty. And even if they did, it would only be -1. So they get the cube. And because both patrons were satisfied, they each get an additional cube. Oh, wow. Look at this. Look at this. All right. And time doesn't pass, so we don't have to mess with the spirits. We'll just discard the drinks here. All right. So, let's see. Just to demonstrate the mechanic, since our victory is guaranteed, let's have the six of clubs invite the 5 and 6 of spades over to join them in a 3-person party. Usually this is not a great tactic, but just for fun, we're going to try it out. So, what does the 6 of clubs get as a drink? The 3 of hearts, so they're not satisfied. And then the 5 of spades gets, the 9, which goes down to 8 because they walked 1 bar over. You might notice that the drink and the bar have the same suit, but that doesn't make a difference. There's no affinity bonus for that. So they get the 9, which becomes an 8 for having walked 1 bar over, but because the card already has the maximum number of cubes, they don't get another one. So really, it comes down to the 6 of spades getting their last cube. Oh, they got an ace. And if the drink scores 1 or less, then they are upset and they go to open air. All right. I'm sure we can remedy this though. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. So let's discard the drinks here. Let's just move the 6 of hearts back up to show that it was at the 6 of the jack of spades the whole time. All right. Okay, so let's stick to the winning formula. Oh wait, we have to pass time, although we are almost certainly going to win anyway. Let's see, that one stays there because it's at the second hearts bar. This one skips over. Okay. All right. You can do this. Okay. So what's going to happen is the 5 of spades is going to go back to this jack of spades bar, asks the 6 of hearts to politely move back. It goes over 1 and it invites its pal the 6 of spades to join them from open air. Okay. Drawing for the... It's kind of pointless to draw for the 5 of spades, but they get a 4. Well, it's not pointless. We have to see if they get dissatisfied. So they get a 4, which goes down to a 3. So they are not satisfied. And what about the 6 of spades? Oh my gosh, they get the ace. So they go. This is getting to be silly. They go to. They go back to the open air. 5 of spades. You've got to become a better conversational partner than this. All right. Yeah, I have to mark the passage of time. Okay, so the king of clubs has made it to its second bar. King of spades makes it to its second bar. And king of hearts, they stay there. Did I forget to flip this earlier? I think I did. So it should move over 2 spaces, I think. So let's have it do that to make up for my mistake earlier. Okay. Goodness. I cannot hold my alcohol. Okay, what were we gonna do? This is getting boring, guys. Are you still watching? Okay, let's have the 5 of spades move back to the Queen of Diamonds bar and invite the 6 of spades over. Let's try this again. Come on, guys. All right. Okay, 5 of spades. It draws a drink. Oh, gosh. 2, which goes down to 1 because they get the walking penalty, so they go to the open air. Goodness, these guys. Oh, and then the 6 of spades. What do they draw? A 4. Okay, so they're not satisfied either. Oh, goodness. All right. Time passes. Let's see. This one stays there. This one stays there. This one stays there. And so the only card that moves is the King of Diamonds. Okay. I'm starting to get a little bit worried here. Okay. Okay. So, I'm not the best game designer here, people. So let's move the 6 of spades back over to the Jack of spades bar. Invite the 5 of spades to join it. Okay. 6 of spades gets a -1 penalty, but they get the +1 penalty for being at a spades bar. Draw for them. Oh, thank goodness. A 9. Okay. It goes down to 8 for them having to walk over 1 bar, but goes back up to 9 for them being at a bar of the same suit. They are satisfied. Not that we really need to, but just for fun, let's have the 5 of spades draw a card. 2. All right. So not a great drink for them. But we have won. Finally. The game is over. All patrons have at least 2 cubes, so they each had a good night for everyone. All the bars were hit. You see my shot glass on each of them. And we hit the perfect night out winning condition because both the 5 of spades and the 6 of spades have the same suit. They have the maximum number of pips, and they are at a club that also matches their suits. Awesome. Thank you for watching my video. If you choose to play this game, I hope you enjoy it.